Hello, everyone. All right. Welcome. My name is Ashlyn Royce. I'm a computer science and data science student studying here at Caltech, and I'm this year's undergraduate student body president. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here today on behalf of the undergraduate student community. It's great to see all of you here on the Olive Walk, and of course to have people joining in all around the world from online. Today is a momentous day. It's one that causes us to reflect on what the future of Caltech could be as we introduce our new president. Caltech is a community full of the most extraordinary thinkers, characterized by curiosity and commitment. We are people that move the world forward and advance scientific innovations in ways that reach beyond the borders of our campus. As we reflect on today, the leadership that will bring us forward within the new and extraordinary challenges of today's world will involve a blend of innovation and intellect. The future of Caltech remains clear. We will leverage science and technology to further the world and make it more safe and equitable, making sure that the pursuit of knowledge remains consistent and forevermore. With that, I will introduce the chairman of Caltech's Board of Trustees, and we'll move on.
Thank you, Ashlyn, and good morning, everyone. As the chair of the Board of Trustees, it is my distinct honor to announce that the Board of Trustees has elected Dr. Ray Jahab Adana as Caltech's 10th president.
Thank you, David. Wow, that's a lot of people.
Before we ask Ray J, who, as many of us have come to know him, we'd like to share some of our preliminary insights and impressions of this remarkable person. Ray J is an accomplished astrophysicist, an award-winning author, and a highly respected academic leader. He will assume the presidential duties here at the Institute on July 1st. Acting with the full endorsement of the search and selection committees of the faculty and the board, and on behalf of the greater Caltech community gathered both here this morning and joining us online, the board's decision was unanimous and highly enthusiastic. Ray is a visionary leader who embodies the qualities and attributes that distinguish Caltech and our community of faculty, students, scientists, engineers, and other professionals. He has deep and broad curiosity for exploring our world and the universe around us. He possesses daring, yet thoughtful dispositions for tackling complex problems in new and innovative ways. And he has an unwavering commitment to cultivating the research and educational environment in which shared interest and collaboration will thrive. In addition, Ray J brings an exceptional dedication to public engagement. He believes deeply that the knowledge we create and the technologies that we advance should be shared widely, ensuring that the discoveries ignite public imagination and serve as a catalyst for broader human progress. He will be a forceful ambassador for Caltech and for the essential role that our community plays in advancing fundamental science, in training the next generation of leaders, and in further extending humanity's reach across the solar system and beyond. As we celebrate this pivotal moment in Caltech's history, I think it is fitting that we reflect on how this came about today, and that we acknowledge the many members of the community whose commitment, wisdom, and hard work were instrumental in our arriving at today's announcement. Our presidential search began about a year ago with the formation of trustee and faculty committees working in close partnership to articulate a vision for Caltech's future and the criteria for our next leader. We engaged the community through town halls and other mechanisms to both sharpen and to inform our work. The search committee conducted extensive outreach to leading institutions both in the United States and overseas, narrowing a broad and distinguished initial pool to an extraordinary group of finalists. Following thorough interviews by the search and selection committees, we enthusiastically endorsed with full confidence that his leadership will guide Caltech into our next era of excellence. On behalf of Caltech, I thank all the committee members for their hard work and discerning judgment over the past year. For those that are here, would you please stand so we can express our appreciation for what you have contributed. I would also like to express, on behalf, I'm sure, of all of us, our deep gratitude to President Tom Rosenbaum and Professor Kathy Faber, who have been unwavering champions of Caltech for the last 12 years. Without the steadfast and visionary leadership that they have provided, Caltech would not be poised to continue the Institute's world-changing work in expanding knowledge and in benefiting society. Please join me in thanking Tom and Kathy. In a moment, my partner in this enterprise, Jonas, chair of our search committee, will come forward. But before he does, I would invite all of you, our faculty, our students, our staff, as well as our colleagues at JPL and at other labs and institutions around the world, to join me in officially and warmly welcoming Ray, Catherine, and their children to Caltech. And with that, Ray, I'll turn it over to you. I'm sorry. I was so eager to get there. No, but there's more to the story. Jonas.
Thank you, Dave. It's a pleasure to be here today and to share with you some of the achievements and qualities that compelled the search and selection committees to enthusiastically and decisively select and recruit Ray to be Caltech's next president. Ray is the provost at Johns Hopkins University, where he also serves as professor of physics and astronomy. Even with a demanding administrative portfolio that spans the breadth of university operations, including oversight of its 10 schools, Ray remains a very active astronomer, focused on characterizing exoplanets, elucidating the formation of stars, planets, and brown dwarfs. With 180 refereed papers in refereed journals, including a number just in the past year, Ray uses the world's most powerful telescopes on the ground and in space for his research, including the 10-meter telescopes at the W.M. Keck Observatory in Hawaii and NASA's James Webb Space Telescope. Ray has received numerous prizes and accolades for his work. He's the author of popular science books and acclaimed science communicator, and even has an asteroid that is named after him, 4668 Ray J. I don't have time to review the entire list of awards and honors, but I will mention that he's the recipient of the Guggenheim Fellowship, the Radcliffe Fellowship, and the Carl Sagan Medal. In 2014, Ray was also the Scottish University's Physics Alliance Distinguished Visitor at the University of St. Andrews. I can assure you that this is a most important one because in 2007, I also had this distinction at the University of Edinburgh. It sure is fun to spend time in Scotland. To be an accomplished scientist or engineer is a prerequisite achievement for any Caltech president. The Caltech community made this crystal clear to us at the beginning of our search process. We are fiercely committed to excellence and expect nothing less from our leaders. At the same time, we also made clear that Caltech's community expects much more. We heard you were looking for a strong communicator, an individual who has a record of leading with integrity, courage, and creativity, who possesses the ability to be a thoughtful and effective steward of JPL, and someone able to build enduring partnerships with Caltech's philanthropic supporters. We understood that we were asking a lot, and that finding a candidate with high marks across the board was a nearly impossible goal. We are delighted to share that in Ray, we have met, if not exceeded, our community's expectations. Ray brings to Caltech a stellar record of academic leadership defined by close collaborative partnership with faculty and other institutional leaders, productive engagement with external partners, and a proven ability to harness collective ambition to deliver results with lasting impact. As provost at Hopkins, Ray has been at the center of major initiatives, including the launch of their new Data Science and AI Institute and the creation of a new School of Government and Policy. He's also been proactive in shaping the strategy and engaging the leadership of the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory, which is a counterpart to RJPL. Ray stewarded significant investments in academic talent, created interdivisional departments of neuroscience and biophysics, deployed new financial aid and support strategies to increase student opportunity, and helped achieve record high retention and graduation rates. He launched 2 signature initiatives, the Provost Fellows for Public Engagement and a university-wide task force on the arts, to extend Johns Hopkins' reach and impact by connecting scholarship and creativity with local and global communities. Before joining Hopkins, Ray served as the Harold Tanner Dean of the College of Arts and Science at Cornell University. As Dean, Ray set records for fundraising, established the Klarman Prize Postdoctoral Fellow Program, and a new seed funding program for early-stage research. Many of Ray's Cornell colleagues were astounded when he rallied support for a long overdue $110 million renewal of McGraw Hall, an iconic building on the Cornell campus and one of the oldest. I could go on, but instead I will simply say that all members of the search and selection committees are united in our enthusiasm that Ray has agreed to come to Caltech and to serve as our next president. Ray, we are thrilled to have you. We warmly welcome you and your family to our Caltech and JPL family.
Good morning. Morning. So wonderful to see you all here. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jonas, for that warm welcome and your generous remarks. Thank you to the search and selection committees for your dedication and hard work over the past many months. And thank you to the Board of Trustees, a number of whom are here, for the confidence you have placed in me. I also want to recognize President Rosenbaum and Professor Kathy Faber for their tremendous leadership of Caltech. Yours will be a tough act to follow for sure. I'm delighted that my wife Catherine and our 2 children are here. They mean the world to me. There's a T.S. Eliot quote that has stuck with me since about age 14. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. I first read those lines not in a collection of poetry, but in an oversized view book from a NASA facility in California called the Jet Propulsion Lab. Perhaps some of you have heard of it. As a space-obsessed kid growing up in Sri Lanka in the 1980s, about as far from mission control as you could get, I had typed up an earnest request on a light blue aerogram. Anyone remember those? Asking for images of the outer planets taken by Voyagers 1 and 2. For weeks, I rushed home from school hoping for a response. I still remember the thrill of finding a large manila envelope waiting for me one day with the unmistakable JPL logo. Inside, there was a view book with dozens of spectacular images of Jupiter and Saturn and their moons and their rings. Holding it in my hands, I felt a rush of amazement, as if I were sharing in a grand quest to explore other worlds, despite growing up in a remote corner of this one. The younger version of me, looking at those photographs and encountering Eliot's words placed among them, could not possibly have imagined that my own path of exploration would lead me here to the very source of those alien vistas that sparked my imagination. The memory tells you a little bit about me, but it speaks much more to Caltech's extraordinary global reach and impact. How your accomplishments and your contributions to humanity inspire and attract people from across the globe, including a kid in Colombo dreaming of worlds near and far. I can think of no greater privilege or joy than to be part of this intrepid community that continues to push at the edges of what we know. I'm deeply honored and tremendously excited to join you as Caltech's 10th president. Thank you. While the details of that story are personal to me, the spark of curiosity that animates it is universal here. That spark may take a different form for each of us, but it is what has made Caltech a magnet for exceptional people from across America and around the world, here on campus, at JPL, at the observatories, and it is evident in our global network of alumni. We have at Caltech a rare concentration of excellence and ambition, united by the urgency to explore fundamental questions. Across my many conversations throughout the search process, the same defining strengths came through: a relentless commitment to curiosity-driven research and to transformative innovation and exploration, pursued with daring and rigor, and a shared belief that each person here is essential to Caltech's enterprise. My role, as I see it, is to steward curiosity at scale, to harness the power of bold ideas and support the people who pursue them. Above all, my focus will be on safeguarding and amplifying what sets Caltech apart. A close, highly interconnected community in which fundamental research and courageous exploration are deeply integrated with education, while bolstering the Institute's ability to pursue, share, and apply discoveries that serve and inspire humanity. Of course, none of this happens in isolation. Caltech's work has always been in conversation with challenges of its time, and today we are navigating a rapidly shifting landscape. Uncertainty in funding, the erosion of public trust in expertise, and rapid technological, political, and economic change are reshaping how knowledge is created, shared, and utilized. Here at Caltech, those pressures have been compounded by profound loss locally. Most notably, the devastation of last year's fires, whose impacts are still felt deeply in our midst. And yet, everything I know about Caltech confirms that this community is at its best when the questions are hardest and the path forward is unclear. As daunting as today's challenges are, I also see the current moment as one of immense potential, with possibilities of a scale and pace unthinkable just a generation ago. It is a moment that calls for Caltech's distinct contributions and leadership. As I think about our journey ahead, I find myself returning to Eliot's words and to a call that feels especially fitting here and now, that we shall not cease from exploration. It is only by continuing to venture into the unknown and doing so together with a shared sense of purpose, drawing on the full strength of this community, that we dare to advance knowledge and fulfill the promise of this unparalleled institution. It will be my great honor to serve you, to work alongside you, to learn from you, and to experience your excellence in action. Together, we shall ensure that Caltech remains a beacon of transformative research, innovation, and education for generations to come. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, President-elect Jayawardena. Hello, everyone. My name is Zachary Chase, and I am the co-chair of the Graduate Student Council. On behalf of the Council, thank you all for being here and for what you do every day to keep Caltech moving forward. One of the things that I love about Caltech is how small it is and how accessible people are because of that size. I'd like to present some anecdotal evidence that accessibility extends to the presidency as well. As an orientation volunteer, I help with the annual orientation dinner at the President's house, where all of the incoming graduate students are invited to attend. Well, a huge line usually forms at this event to shake Tom's hand and to speak to the President. So this last year, I actually walked up to Professor Faber and said, maybe we should pause the line so that Tom can actually eat his dinner. She laughed at me and she said, don't worry. Lots of people never get to meet their university president, and Tom genuinely loved meeting these students. She also told me not to worry, that she had already saved him a plate. Orientation is a great time to remember what anchors the Caltech community. Each year when current graduate students volunteer to assist, the Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, Daryl Peterson, reminds us, you shouldn't work for a place until you know its mission. Caltech's mission is to expand human knowledge and benefit society through research integrated with education. It's a simple standard, but it matters when you're helping new students find their footing. I think it's relevant today as well because, President-elect Jayawardena, you're joining a place with a very clear mission, and the Graduate Student Council is committed to helping you continue it. The president has to be someone who can communicate our mission with equanimity, advocate for it beyond campus, and understand from experience what it takes to do research and to educate. For graduate students, it really matters to have a leader who sees us as students and scholars. To outgoing President Rosenbaum, thank you for seeing us that way. And to President-elect Jayawardena, welcome. We're glad you're here, and we're excited to help you get to know this wonderful community as we take on the mission together. Again, thank you all for coming today. This concludes today's event. We'd like to invite you now to join us for lunch here on the Olive Walk together. Thank you.